Students, happy and good morning to you all. Thank God for the new day. I pray that God's grace be upon us and keep us all safe and protected during these difficult times. Students, take supreme and sovereign care of yourself and follow the instructions of your parents. Children, should not miss it. Students, I greet and welcome you all to the class on commercial applications. Continue to be committed to do your good work. Stay focused and grasp the concept with first class finals, children. Thank you. Thank you for being very smart and brilliant. Thank you. The learning objectives for today's class. We are into the chapter on joint stock companies. We have seen the features. We have seen the distinction between a partnership firm and joint stock companies. There are 8 points. I made it easy and simple for you. I told you should know at least 6 to 7 points. Then we take up the merits, advantages, and benefits of joint stock companies, children. There are about 9 points. Let me list it out for you once again. Stay focused, children, please. There are about 9 points of merits, advantages, and benefits of joint stock companies. First one is large capital resources. Second one is limited liability. Third is continuity of existence. Fourth is efficient management. Fifth is transferability of shares. Sixth is capital formation. Next is democratic management and control. Next, you're going to have goodwill and public confidence. 6 to 7 points is enough, children. So we'll take up the merits. Please stay focused and learn, children. Merits of joint stock companies. Advantages or benefits of joint stock companies. The first benefit, joint stock companies enjoy the following advantages or benefits, children. The first one is nothing but large capital resources. Large capital resources. You get a word called large so that you can understand, children. Large is nothing but something large sum of money. Capital is nothing but large sum of money or wealth needed to produce goods and services. All business must have capital to purchase assets and do the financial transactions and the other business operations. Capital is very important. In Kannada, we say it's Bandavala. Bandavala is the Yava Kelsanum Nadiyala. So large capital resources are very important, children. Huge resources. So what was not happening in sole trading concern, what was not happening in joint partnership firm, joint stock companies have overcome all those limitations. Resources, because this is one of the main objective of joint stock company, to raise huge capital. Joint stock companies has investment towards capital and made up of shares of small value. How about the capital made up of? Capital is made up of shares being bought by the shareholders. So shares build up the capital. Why small value, children? Because so that the people with limited means can also buy the shares. That means people with low income group can also buy shares. Investment is nothing but money invested in business, children. People, outsiders, invest their money and they buy the shares to back up the capital. Here, you must also understand, children, there is no limit to the number of shareholders in the public company so that they can raise a huge capital. Joint stock company mobilizes large amount of capital. Mobilizes means arranges or prepares or assembles large amount of capital for investment by raising huge capital required for the large scale operation, because joint stock companies means large scale operation. What is the meaning of large scale, children? Where there is a huge operation, business activity involving lot of people, lot of money, and lot of things, materials required. It has high credit standing. What's the meaning of credit standing, children? I've given it in the bracket. A company can borrow from banks and financial institutions to larger extent because of capability of repaying the debts. If they got high capability of repaying the debts, bank will offer them loans and other credit facilities. What is credit standing? Again, I repeat, capability in meeting the debts, loans, and financial obligations by the company. Second one is limited liability. This is another merit or benefit. Limited liability. That means what, children? This is nothing but a condition of being loyal, legally responsible. So liability is nothing but when you take loans, account payables, bonds, debentures, warranties, etc. all come under liability. What is liability? Accountability or repayability. So we are responsible for the money owed. Company is responsible for the money owed. Liability of the company is limited to the face value of the shares. Underline this face value, children. It is nothing but, in commercial terms, we call it as par value. Par value is nothing but, let me give an example, children, quickly. It is like the value printed on the coin or a ticket. It can be cinema ticket or mall, anything like that ticket. Even the bank notes have got a face value. Post stamps also have got face value. So it is nothing but the original cost of the things, cost of the shares here. Personal property cannot be attached even if the company is unable to settle the claims of the creditor. What are claims? Claims are nothing but demands to be settled, dues to be settled. So when you owe something here, because of limited liability as a merit, members are not entitled to settle the claims of the creditors by the thing. So you must understand, they are free from responsibility. So they are not very much bound by, and they need not attach the personal property to settle the company's dues. The risk is restricted here, and this encourages investment in the company. So what happens here? So owners here are not personally liable for company's debts. So what happens now? The biggest benefit in case of company, in case the company runs into trouble, personal assets will be secure, will be protected. So they need not attach their personal property. The third one is over. The fourth one is nothing but continuity of existence. The fourth one is continuity of existence. What is the first one, children? Large capital resources. Second one is limited liability. Third one is continuity of existence. Let me move on to continuity of existence, children. Existence is nothing but unending life. Unlimited term of existence is called continuity of existence. What happened? Please make a note, children. Business operates operations having no expiry date. If the business have no expiry date, they call this continuity of existence. You get a word called perpetual existence. Company as a separate legal entity can exist continually enjoying perpetual existence. What is perpetual? Never ending, I told you. Indefinitely until it is dissolved. Until the company get dissolved, it cannot come to an end easily. Even death of a member or insolvency of its members does not affect the existence. I told you what is the main motto of joint stock company? Men may come, men may go, but the company goes on forever. Men may come, men may go, but company goes on forever. That is the motto of joint stock company. Perpetual existence of the company builds up high level efficiency, children. Yes, because it is continuing. People come, people go, but the company continues. What happens now? This continuity of existence help in creating high level efficiency, as the owners may change without affecting the continuity of operations. Here, please make a note, children. The life of continuation of a business will not affect the withdrawal or death of the owners. Will not be affected by that. So even the withdrawal of the owners, the death of the owner will not affect the continuity or continuation of the business. The fourth important merit is efficient management. So you must understand, children, just now we saw high level of efficiency due to continuity of existence, efficient management. Joint stock companies, first of all, is able to attract best of managers or management talents, children, because most of the managers are all MBA students, PhD holders, all kind of various fields of activity. They all are experts in the field, in their own field. The company gets the services of highly qualified persons who are experts in different fields of business management, MBA, Master of Business Administration. Company operates here, children. Company operates on higher scale and pays high salaries to its employees. That's why they can attract people, different experts. Capital and business, it's business, children. Please make a note. Capital and business ability is linked together for the benefit of both the individual investor and the community and the society. So you must understand here, capital and business ability is linked together because of efficient management. Here, what happens, children? Please make a note. This particular point helps the company to take rational decisions and can produce better results for the company. Please repeat. I'll repeat it once again. This particular benefit helps the company, joint stock company, to take rational decisions and can produce better results for the company. Centralized management, that is another important thing, children. Centralized management permits unity of action, two things: unity of action, continuity of policy. So continuity of policy, programs, and plan of actions is very important, children. Sometimes you have a plan of action followed for some time and then you discontinue. It will create conflict and friction. That is wrong. So centralized management permits unity of action and continuity of policy. What happens here, children? Please make a note quickly. Shareholders elect board of directors to manage business. Correct? Yes. Shareholders elect them. So who are the owners? Shareholders. Who are the managers? Directors. Who are the directors? Directors are those people elected by the shareholders. All important decisions, children, make a note. All important decisions are taken in a democratic way. So that is very important. Next is transferability of shares, which was not happening in other business organization. Transferability. Shares can be easily transferred or traded, TRADED, traded between buyers and sellers. As the shares are freely transferable, the shareholders transfer and dispose. They can sell, they can buy, dispose the shares to the persons their desire. So whoever they like, they can pass on. Transfer of shares is a process of transferring the existing shares from one person to another person, children, by sale, gift, anything. If it's wife or spouse, they can gift it to them. What happens here now? Transfer of ownership of shares from one person to another person takes place. Shareholders can withdraw their investment easily from the company at any time as they like. Transferability of shares gives maximum protection to the shareholders. What happens now? Please make a note here. Protection in what way? Protection of interest of the shareholders and other security holders, investments are guaranteed by transferability of shares. This is the fifth merit of joint venture company. What is the third one, children? The third merit was continuity of existence. The fourth one was efficient management. What is the fifth one? The fifth one was transferability of shares. And the sixth one, capital formation. This is very important, children. Please make a note here. Capital. I told you earlier, anything, any program or any policy or any plan of action all revolves around money. If there is no money, you cannot do. So you must form capital quickly. Capital is nothing but assets, wealth put together to produce goods and services. Bandavala. Capital is divided into shares, children. You all know, I told you already. How is capital made up of? Capital is made up of shares. And the liability of the shareholder is limited to the par value. What is the other word for par value? Face value of the shares. What is face value of the share? Face value of the share is nothing but the value printed on the document. Company encourages savings and investment, and it channelizes public savings into industry and helps in capital formation. So what happens now? They're going to encourage savings, investments, and they channelize the savings into capital. Very cleverly they do. Capital and business ability are brought together for the benefits of both the individual and the investor in the community. That is very important, children. Here again, what happens? Capital formation is nothing but creation or development of capital. How do they develop? How do they create capital? Yes. Children, you must make a note here. Even the aspects of transferability of shares also is added advantage for creation of capital. That you must know. Transferability of shares also adds up to the advantages of creating capital. Capital is divided into shares, and the liability of the shareholders is limited to the face value of the shares. Seventh one, economies of scale. Economies of scale is nothing but economy is a very important commercial term, children, which is nothing but you're going to save the cost, minimize the cost, and maximize the profit. So when you minimize the cost, you can increase the level of production. So what is economies? Economies, the word means savings in the cost and increase in the level of production. So scale, from small scale to large scale, you can have a vast scope of expansion of business. The expansion of business is economies of scale. Children, always you must minimize expenditure. During the time of pandemic, expenditures are all cut short so that you don't spend as you like. You must think and spend. Company enjoys the benefit of large scale production. That means minimum cost and maximum profit. That is the motto, even in families. Large capital helps the size of the business to be extended with specialization of functions. Specialization of functions are very, very important, children, because managerial talents, please make a note here, children, managerial talent supported by vast finance leads to huge earnings. So you can get specialized. What happens here, children? The company grows. The production units also increases. That is called specialization of function. What happens to the company? The company grows, and with various other departments also increases. It has great potential for growth and expansion of the business. What happens here, children? Please make a note here. Amount of shares along with earnings continue to sufficient scope for its expansion. So expansion is very much supported by uh, shares, amount of shares invested by the people along with the earnings. So shares and earnings of the company contribute to the sufficient scope for its expansion. Next one is democratic management and control. This is very important, merit, children, because managers reaching decisions are with the input of the employees. So employees are also consultative, participative, and collaborative management is very important. Companies managed on the principle of democracy. What is democracy? You know, children. You must remember the definition of great Abraham Lincoln, sir. The board of directors who manage the company are elected by the shareholders. So you must understand, decisions are not taken by themselves. It is put in a democratic way. They're going to discuss, also accept the input of the employees also. Employees also, workers also can participate in the decision-making process. Directors are responsible for the shareholders. Provisions of the Companies Act of 1956 guides and prevents oppressions and mismanagement in a company. So there's democratic management, because here the management is consultative, participative, and collaborative. So, for example, children, I was told that I was just watching the other day that Indira Nooyi, she is the CEO of a Pepsi company, has democratic leadership, and she's been awarded for taking good decisions and having good vision for the company. Indira Nooyi, Indira, not Indira Gandhi, Indira Nooyi, Nooyi, CEO. She is the chief executive officer of Pepsi company. The ninth one is goodwill and public confidence. Very important. Goodwill is nothing but well-established reputation. Good name. Good name for the family. Good name for the individual is very important. I believe in that, children. Yes. Goodwill and public confidence. So joint stock companies is not only accountable to the owners, but also to whom? Public and government. So you must understand, children, who are the owners? Shareholders. So joint stock companies not only responsible for the shareholders, but also responsible to the public and the government. Company enjoys good reputation. What is reputation? I told you just now. Well established name, reputation, goodwill. Company enjoys good reputation and prestige, honor in the business world, as it is guided by and controlled by strict regulations and government control. So they're going to follow the government rules and regulations. This helps to gain goodwill and reputation among the public. When public respects the social responsibility of the company towards the society, it gains social importance also. So you must add on, it can gain social importance. As companies' financial accounts are published and circulated, thus, public has good faith in the operations of the company. Accounts is very important, children. This work, publishing and circulating financial accounts, helps the public get informed by publishing made by the audited financial statements. So, accounts are audited by the chartered accountants, as you've seen earlier, and those information is passed on to the public, the government, and all the users responsible to build up the company, joint stock company. Let me summarize this points for you. What are the main merits we have gone through, children, quickly? First one was a large capital resources. Second one was limited liability. Third was continuity of existence, very important point. Fourth one was efficient management. Fifth one was transferability of shares. Six is capital formation. Seven is economies of scale, large scale or expansion and growth of the business. Eighth one was democratic management. Ninth is goodwill and public confidence. So I think with this time slot, children, let me take up the demerits in the next class. So what are the demerits? Quickly, I can summarize that for you, children. I've memorized it myself. I'll tell you. The demerits of joint stock companies, let me put it in at about 8 to 9 points. I'll put it in some order, children. Okay. There are too many legal formalities, lack of motivation, delay in decision, economic oligarchy. This is very important term. Oligarchy, like monopoly, oligopolistic, or oligarchy. The fifth one is corrupt management. Sixth one is unhealthy speculation. Next one is conflict of interest, social evils. All these kinds of things are there, children. And also excessive government regulations and control, also drawbacks. So owing to the time slot, children, I'm going to close the session today. I wish that every sunshine holders more promise and every sunset holders healthy and safe. Let God's blessings go beyond that we ever could ever dream. Let us stay safe, motivated, protected. God bless us. Let's have blessed days to come. Thank you. Thank you.